Colorado's controversial red flag gun law is now on the books, meaning guns can be taken away from people who are determined to be dangerous. But one sheriff in that state is vowing not to enforce the controversial new law, calling it ludicrous, a throwback to a 2002 minority film called Minority Report. The sheriff, James Van Beek, joins us now. Sheriff, why don't you think this is good news? If there's a bad guy out there that hasn't broken the law yet but has a tendency to, should they have a gun?
You know, I was very concerned about it. By the way, thank you for having me this morning.
No problem.
I just became very, very concerned because of the way they went about it. It was supposed to be for mental health. It was supposed to be for taking care of people, to make sure. And they went about and at least in my opinion, they went about the process totally backwards. That they went after the people's rights. They went after in a manner that was really that I didn't think gave them due process, because they said, well, we need to do these things. We need to take these things away from them. We need to take these tools away from them. But they never provided any kind of assistance. So there was no outlet. So to me, there wasn't any kind of due process.
So you're worried about the criteria. This is Colorado, the 15th state to adopt the red flag law. But you're worried about the process to red flagging an individual and how it affects its rights. So how do you red flag somebody under this law?
Well, either a household member or a relative or someone who's directly connected with the person that they're concerned about can go to the court and they petition the court, similar to like a civil restraining order, but this is an extreme risk restraining order. They file a petition with the courts, and they explain on this one that this person is dangerous because of X, Y, Z. It's an ex parte hearing, so that the accused or the respondent never gets a chance to at this first hearing. They file it with the courts.
Right.
The judge reviews it. If the judge feels that it meets the standard, which is just over 50%, then the judge can issue a temporary extreme risk restraining order. If it's law enforcement that does it, then law enforcement is expected to submit a search warrant right away at the same time. And if that person is deemed by the judge to be able to do that, then the law enforcement then has to go either execute and have the person turn his weapons in within the next 24 hours, or go execute a search warrant on this person,
right,
and go and take all their guns. Within 2 weeks, there has to be another hearing. And at that second hearing, the person has a right to have an attorney, and the courts will actually even appoint a
So as you go through this criteria, we're up against the clock. But, Sheriff, you just don't like the criteria. You just feel there's too much vagueness to it, and people's rights are going to be taken away. Not a single Republican voted for this, but Democratic Representative Tom Sullivan, whose son Alex was gunned down by the Aurora shooter, feels this is a great day for them. And the sheriff obviously doesn't want anybody shot, but is concerned also about gun rights. Sheriff, thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
You too.